And we are officially live in high definition, I hope. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another rendition of All Elite Ensemble, your weekly AEW review show here at BC WrestlePod. And once again, the dynamic duo is back at it here after a fantastic and hopefully restful, for my constituent here, Thanksgiving break week holiday season. I had a good time resting and also doing things for this podcast. It never truly stops. But hey, you know what? Wrestling, just like any entertainment industry, is a never ending cycle of grief, tears, happiness. I go through all stages. I go through all 5 stages of grief sometimes in a span of even for 30 minutes, depending on the wrestling promotion. But I'm here to talk about some good stuff and some questions I have because Antonio, I have questions. Like, there was a very lack of women this week, and I'm kind of upset with you. I was very upset. I was like, why? I was like, one match is no longer just okay. That is the bare minimum. We need to get it together.
It's almost like the Continental Classic took over everything.
I was like, go figure. No, I was kidding. Which sucks because I was like, yo, the C2 is kind of banging right now, and I've been having a really fun time so far. I just feel bad because I was like, I'm not saying we need to because, equal rights, equal fights, but like, I think you don't have to do it at the same time. But like in the spring, can we get a women's Continental Classic? Because I'd be here for this. But then again, I look at the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship tournament that's been going on for how many months now? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think.
I guess. Hey, but you know what's called the Continental Classic? Get some Stardom girls, get some CMLL Amazonas, and get some AEW girls, and you know what? I'm here for it. So,
I'm here.
For real. But we are here to talk about all the Thanksgivingness that AEW had to offer us from back-to-back episodes of Dynamite and Collision. So this was AEW Dynamite on Wednesday the 25th and Collision on Thanksgiving on the 26th. And I'm just like, I asked myself a really stupid question. I'm like, why are they doing this? And then I looked at Saturday. I'm like, oh, okay. I was just like, and I forgot. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to that event on Saturday. So we should, never mind. I'm good. I'm really happy y'all didn't decide to do it on a Saturday because that's a lot of wrestling to watch in one weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shout out to the Tennessee crowd. They had to sit through 4+ hours of television.
Honestly.
Week. They never let up.
No.
Good for them.
100%. And as somebody who experienced that this year when I went to the Dynamite 300 and Collision 100 tapings back to back, I'm just like, it was a lot of fun. But damn, 4 hours was crazy.
Yeah,
I know. By the end of it, I was like, we got an hour and a half drive home, y'all. So like, let's start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
But alrighty. So of course we are here to review this past week in AEW as we are in the throes of Continental Classic time, as well as getting into the final pay-per-view of the year, which is World's End, coming to us live December 27th from Chicago. I'm going to talk about another pay-per-view that AEW decided to casually just drop this week and has me crazy hyped AF. But more on that later. But before we get into all that, really quickly, just the announcements. If you like what you see here, you can follow us on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Want something smaller? Follow us on your favorite social media site at BC WrestlePod. Want some merchandise? Go to our store at bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. And if you want to donate to help pay for these pay-per-views and keep the metaphorical lights on sometimes, then the coffee bot will be jumping in this review ever so often. Alrighty, I want to get into the good stuff because Dynamite had me hyped. And by the end of Dynamite, I was like, damn, these were kind of banging matches, not gonna lie. Well, C2, when we get to the women's match, I was just like, I love you girls. But I love you girls, but anyways, so let's just get into it, right? And so Tony Khan decided to be a sicko this week for AEW Dynamite because he told us, oh, yeah, this is going to open the show. I'm like, excuse me? I was like, what? So we get our first Continental Classic match in the gold lead. So this is Kyle Fletcher taking on the current champion, Kazuchika Okada. I have to shout out Blue Sky and the Twitter and the social medias because there was a lot of confusion. I'm like, so it's not the unified championship because Okada comes out with the international championship. I'm like, wait, how'd that work again? And so it's not unified right now, but technically it is, and the internet explained it to me. So it's really only the Continental Championship that's on the line, but then it's like the unified. I was just like, Tony Khan, make it make sense.
Yeah.
I was like, make it make sense. So I was like, why is Okada coming out with the international belt? I was like, well, it's unified, but right now the Continental part of the championship is there. I was like, shouldn't you just, anyways, I digress. I was like, my head was spinning. Thank you, internet, for explaining it to me, but Tony Khan, make it make sense. But anyways, that is my only gripe with this because this match was bussin', as the kids say. This match was a lot of fun. Kyle Fletcher and Okada going at it. You know, Don Callis family members, Okada and Fletcher respect each other? Question mark. That will be forced. We shall see as we go through the rest of this. Continental Classic and the downfall of the Don Callis family. Yeah, I had a good time with this match, and I shouldn't be surprised, but I did audibly go, "Oh, color me surprised in a good way." AEW of who ended up winning this match, but before I get to that, Benny, what did you think of this match opening up Dynamite?
This was a fantastic match. I really liked that they were not gonna do nothing until that first commercial break. They just chopped and hit each other until that first commercial break, and then Okada like pushed Rick Knox into the ropes, and Okada was begging him off, like, "Please don't disqualify me." Which I really liked. I really liked that little bit, and that's a great way to start off the night. As somebody who's recently sat through a live AEW Dynamite, running down the card is really not the best way to open up a card. For me personally, just get into the action. Like we already know if we get.
I'm like, we do this on a weekly basis. We know what's coming up. I'm just putting it out there. I was like, we know we're all weirdos on the internet and we follow your companies on the internet, so we know.
Right? It's like those who don't know will be surprised.
It's like, let them be surprised. Like how they didn't announce Mystico for Collision, and me and my mom absolutely lost our shit in a good way when he appeared at Collision 100. I'm like,
yeah, like Mox wasn't advertised, and then like I show up at in the building, and I'm like, well, that section looks like Mox is coming out, and sure enough, Mox came out.
I was just like, alrighty then, I'm here for it. So. No, but this was a really fun way to open the match. Kyle Fletcher does, get, I don't want to call it a schoolboy, but it's like the most devastating move in professional wrestling, a roll-up of some sort. But Kyle Fletcher does pick up the win over Okada, so Fletcher has 3 points on the board. Okada has zip. He has 0. And of course, they tease where Okada's a little upset, but him and Kyle Fletcher have some respect for each other. And Okada says so as much on social media. He's just like, I lost because Kyle Fletcher is an amazing wrestler. And I'm just like, you know what? I can get behind that. Man, I cannot wait for Okada and Takeshita in some capacity to collide because that tension's boiling over. And they're like, we got to keep the kids from fighting. So we're going to put them in different leagues. So... But yeah, this match was really fun to open things up, and I had a good time with this. Moving on. Kenny Omega's like, listen, the Bucks and I have lots of things to work out. I haven't been necessarily the best, person in the locker room. I haven't been the best businessman / employee, but he literally gave us the living embodiment of the Facebook status. It's complicated, right? So that is exactly how this was. Kenny Omega. It's complicated. And then it was so complicated enough that the Bucks walked out of his, dressing room as Kenny walked, away. And I was just like, oh, okay. So we are teasing. I was just like, will they, won't they? And then I'm just like, I smell the trios division coming up again, don't I? I was like, I smell trios championships, don't I? I'm just like, all right, AEW, let's just pull the trigger. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. I was like, yeah, this is where y'all want to go with this. Or, you know what? It could be still fun where the Bucks are still trying to figure it out. And if they at least made peace with Kenneth, but they haven't decided to fully be invested as a team again. The Elite is still in limbo. But yeah, Kenny, I love you, but it's complicated.
Yeah, this was a whole lot of nothing. We didn't even get a good night bang.
how,
So
how dare you? How dare you, Kenny? How dare you, Kenny?
I guess on BTE, like they just replayed this whole entire thing. Like it was a pretty funny joke. Like you think you're getting a backstage like a little tidbit, but no, it's just the same thing.
Oh man. So yeah. I mean, more development will probably come down the line, but I agree with you. It's just like, I love you, Kenny. I love you, the Bucks, but this didn't really progress anything for me. So we're still waiting. Anyways, moving on. I'm not gonna lie. I know I saw this on the social medias after Full Gear already, and I cried then. I still cried now. I'm like, I was just like Mark Briscoe running down everything that has happened to him in the last year and a half. I was like, you've gone through a lot, my friend, and you deserve this championship. Like, for real. I was like, you have gone and done a lot. You deserve this title, and I'm excited to see this for your run. I was like, Mark Briscoe, they can never make me hate you. Like, for real. I don't understand when I find people who don't like Mark Briscoe. I was like, maybe his wrestling style is not for you, but like as a person, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't find really anything I dislike about him as a person, and he makes me want to cheer for him. So it's really hard for me to hate Mark Briscoe, you guys. I don't understand why y'all hating on him. He's great.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of that, but I don't see how anybody could hate Mark Briscoe. He's just such a genuine nice guy, and the moveset thing, like if you don't like his moveset, you might not like wrestling because he's a very straightforward wrestler, His smash mouth, and then like when he gets intense, like he starts hitting big moves. So like which oh, by the way, I forgot to mention in the last one in the last match with Okada and Kyle, Kyle still had the mark still on his back from Mark Briscoe.
Lord, that match was wild.
It was crazy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just like, Mark Briscoe deserved this, and I'm excited for his championship run. More about you later, Mark, because we're going to talk about you in Collision. So, moving into our second match of the evening, which was a semifinal for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. Okay, so I'm torn, right? Because I was just like, I'm mad at Tony Khan because I was like, give me more women's matches. And this was the only women's match we had on Dynamite, right? And I love all four of these individuals here. They are lovely people. I think they are fantastic workers and wrestlers and characters. Love them down.
Yeah.
I'll start with the positives. Babes of Wrath are going to the finals, so I was like, let's go. I was just like, Harley and Willow are one of my favorites. Again, I love seeing how far Julia and Sky have come, since being a part of AEW full time. It wasn't the worst thing. I was like, they just had an off night, and it definitely showed. I felt like some of the chemistry was missing. I really wish people would stop harping on Julia, but I do agree. I was like, Julia, if you can't land that moonsault, I was like, maybe we should figure out a different maneuver we can do, because you either undershoot it or overshoot it. Like, the success rate of her landing that moonsault the way it's supposed to has been hit or miss lately. And I'm like, I don't want you to hurt yourself and break ankle, Julia. I was like, if you think you can nail it, go for it. But I was just like, you overshot that. And it was apparent, and I felt bad. But I also, for a hot minute, I thought Harley got knocked the F out, and she was looking a little woozy towards the end. I'm like, if that's your acting chops, Harley, awesome. But also, I was like, please don't have a concussion, because I was like, we don't need nobody getting hurt. But the chemistry for me was kind of off this match, and everybody has an off night, so I was a little underwhelmed. I wasn't disappointed, but I was a little underwhelmed with this match. I'm not going to lie. And I feel like wrestling fans are going to come after me for talking about this. I was like, I love women's wrestling, but I got to critique it when I see it, you guys. This was okay. This is not great.
Yeah, I'm also going to give a compliment sandwich. Um, I think I think all the women in this match are great. One of them is fine. Um, and but here's my complaint. This is what happens when you work 1 day a week and try to pull off things that you would be doing on a nightly basis. Uh, Sky and I love Julia. I think everybody looked fine. Um, I don't really care about the. I don't care about botches. Botches don't bother me whatsoever. Um, it's simply because it's not ballet, and it shouldn't look too choreographed. Because like the same people who say that like it looks too choreographed will also like harp on the botches. So it's like, which one do you want? You can't have it both ways. Like so, this was fine. I like all the women involved. Um, I like Harley in a tag right now. Um, that's all.
Hey, fair enough. So the Babes of Wrath are moving to the finals, and they await to see if they are going to end up facing the Love Bombs, or I don't know if this is the official name, and I'm not hating on it, but I kind of want something different for Big Problems, which is, Megan and Marina's team. I'm like, I was like, we need to workshop that a little bit, but
Yeah.
hey, you know what? For me personally, it's a win-win because Babes of Wrath versus any of those two teams, I was like, book it. I was like, I'm here for either team facing Babes of Wrath in the finals. And also,
Yeah.
Tony, can we get the finals at World's End, please? Like, don't put it on the go home. I want it at the pay-per-view because this is your inaugural Women's Tag Team Championship. Put it on the pay-per-view.
But here's the
Anywho,
thing, right? We still got a couple. We got like 3 weeks until the pay per view.
that's
So
true.
if if the semifinal match happens tomorrow, then we got 3 weeks until the final.
I was
Do
gonna
not
wait.
go home.
Right. I was like, I was gonna wait until the end of the show, but do you mean this match? That
Yes,
is literally happening tomorrow too.
I love the double like uh how it's like a hardcore holiday death match. Isn't a death like doesn't a death match imply that it's hardcore?
That's what I said. I was just like, there are just like one too many adjectives here. But no, yeah, I was gonna say this to preview it, but yes, we are getting this match tomorrow, so I'm like, this is about to get crazy. Um, so I'm just like, okay. So, but back to these girls because they were cool. Anyway, so Babes of Wrath win. We await to see tomorrow night. We will find out who their opponents are in the finals. Looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was just like, "Where are we going with this Where are we going with this promo? This is getting weird. This is getting weird." I'm gonna just let these pictures speak for itself because I was like, the amount of emotions was me. Same. I was just like watching the first two top pictures. I was like, okay. And then Swerve and Heyman came out, and I was like, that's me. Joe watching them was also me too. Joe's face in this bottom left hand corner was me the entire time I was watching this. I was just like, I think I like it, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm 100%. I was just like, okay. Um, Anybody who's been on the internet the last 2 years, it was giving me. I was feeling like the kombucha girl. I was like, do I hate it? Do I like it? I'm still undecided at this point. But then Joe, shout out to shout out to Pro Wrestling and MMA News for getting these screenshots because that picture of Joe in the bottom left hand corner is exactly how I felt watching this entire promo. I was like, do I hate this? Do I like this? I'm undecided. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. I was a fan of this, like especially like I love the way I don't know. I just love Joe's way of speaking. Like the way that like he uses like I don't know how to say this right, but like the intonation of his inflection,
Mm-hmm.
like how he hits the last word of every single thing, and I like how it like he's slowing down, but he's drawing you in, right?
100%. Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
And but like as you said before, a couple months ago, what in the Jake and the Snake Roberts was this? Like,
I'm
I
just like,
liked it, but like the hook stuff, I was like, man, I get it, and they cut him off right at the perfect time, so like they it was a success as an overall segment. Uh,
mhm.
I'm still like I don't know where this is going, but I'm here for it.
Me too. And I think Joe, Swerve, and Hangman and the Ops in general are going to make magic out of this. I'm excited about this. But I was just like, ooh, this was okay. um, but no, yeah. I'm just like, listen, if you're going to run back the Revolution triple threat from 2 years ago, I'm here for it. So, and selfishly, you should bring it to Full Gear because it's happening in Los Angeles. Anyways. But moving on. So the Ops celebrates. I will say though, and we've talked about this before, love the Ops down. I'm ready for a new Trios team to hold these championships
Yeah,
and do something more with them. I'm sorry. So, anyways, we will keep keeping tabs on this Joe Hangman Swerve situation as AEW Dynamite progresses throughout the coming weeks leading into World's End. Listen, this I already knew. I was like, this match is gonna be all over the place. It's not gonna be like 5 stars, but damn, did I have fun. And
yeah,
honestly, I was
yeah.
like, you know what? I kind of like the juxtaposition because this is actually two different styles of wrestling
Mm.
like colliding. You have the bruiser of John Moxley with the lucha libre style of Máscara Dorada. Um, Also, shout out to Moxley for selling for Dorada in certain spots too. I was just like, when he did like the over the wall cutter and Moxley like was acting like his throat got taken out after it hit the
Mm.
barricade, it was amazing. I had fun with this. This was sloppy, but honestly, I was kind of here for the sloppiness because I'm like, yeah, it's a bruiserweight versus a high flyer. It's like literally two opposite ends of the wrestling spectrum, and I
Yeah,
still had a great time with this.
absolutely. So did I. Like, there was a few moments where like it made me burst out laughing, and not in like a "ha ha, this is ridiculous" kind of way. It was like, "Oh man, that was brutal," Like, there was one like right at the beginning where like Dorado like tries to dive onto Mox off the stage, and like he just goes like whoop, like right into Mox's forearm. Like Mox just catches him, and like there was just a few moments like that where it was just absolutely hilarious. And there's no surprise that Mox got the win, but I like the fact that they're adding new chokes. Mox is adding new chokes to the repertoire, and he's using that overhead crane cam, uh, a a boom cam. Uh, Either way, I like the uses of that because you got it. Why not use it? Right? It's probably
For
cost you a lot of money.
reals. I was like, for reals, just do it. Anywho, so yeah, I had a good time with this. We already talked about this last week. I was like, I'm not expecting Mascara Dorada to win the Blue League, but I'm also hoping that he doesn't just eat all the losses either. I would like to see him get at least one win. But I love this kid. 23 years old. He's had an incredible year in CMLL, and he's got to showcase himself on a couple of different occasions on AEW television and the pay-per-views as well. So I'm just like, I'm excited for this kid. and I'm looking forward to his next Continental Classic match. But this was fun. Bruiserweight versus High Flyer. I was like, yes, I'm here for all of this. This was fun. Moving on, though, as we continue on with the Thanksgiving Eve version of Dynamite, I was busting out laughing so hard, not like in a bad way. I was like, Moxley, I was just like, I need this Moxley. I was like, this was just ridiculous humor of him holding Marina Shafir back. And I'm like, let's be so for real. Marina could probably eat and stomp you out, Moxley, like so for real. But the fact I love Moxley is just like holding her back. It's like holding her back like an ex-girlfriend. It's like, listen, just go. It's fine. And watching him like do the physical comedy spots of literally having to use every ounce of strength. He's like, I'm tired. I just had a match. Please don't start any problems. So Tony comes down. We get I love Tony to death, and I love when she speaks, but I was just like, we went the long roundabout way. But she's like, we're in the holiday spirit, and I haven't thought about, giving my lover Mina Shirakawa. And I remembered I haven't gotten anything for her for the holidays. So, and then Mina comes out looking all cute and everything. And so Tony tells Marina that, you know what, the best gift I can give Mina is our match stipulation. So I will see you slop tarts. And a hardcore holiday death match. And I was like, there's one too many adjectives in here, but I'm here for it. And I'm just putting this out there. I was just like, I love Tony and Mina, but I'm really hoping Megan and Marina pull out the win for this one. I want to see them face Willow and Harley in the finals because I'm like, it's new. And again, Marina getting pushed to the finals, why not? I feel like put the titles on her, Antonio, please. Her and Megan could be a really fun inaugural team.
Oh, definitely to that because, two comedy tag teams in the finals might be a little bit too much comedy, And like, this was fantastic. Like, I love Tony calling Moxley Johnny. Oh, Johnny.
I was just like, not the government name.
And like it just reminded me of like there used to be an In Living Color sketch with like this black and white actress and how like her boyfriend went out one day and never came back and where are you, Johnny?
Oh, In Living Color. I was just like, you were part of my childhood. Oh,
yeah.
Oh man. So I'm excited. Tomorrow night we're getting this hardcore holiday death match between the Love Bombs and the Big Problems. So I'm excited. Can't wait. Moxley, I need you to do more of this every time because this was fun. I was like, this was fun. Johnny.
Like, Mina, she's got amazing comedic timing. Like, she's one of those people that, like, I don't even think that half the time she's trying to be funny,
Right.
but it comes off that way because, oh man, she's fantastic.
She's great. And again, I'm looking forward to this match tomorrow night between Marina and Megan and Tony and Mina. I'm like, this is going to be a wild match, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be so good.
Definitely.
100%. After this little spot, though, we get the backstage segment with, Chris Statlander, Stat Daddy herself, talking about how, she's going to be heading in a new direction. She doesn't know who's coming her way, but she basically puts the women's locker room on notice. She's like, hey, if any of you want to fight me, come get me. I'm like, yes, Stat, fight everyone, and I'm here for it. So, though it seems that we're going to be putting you in a tag team match, or who knows, it might lead into a singles match with the people that we're involved with this week in AEW. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So we're going to put a pin in you, Chris, for a little bit later and come back to you in a little hot minute.
Man.
I'm not going to lie. I think this is probably my favorite match of Dynamite just because I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I was genuinely surprised, like in the best way possible. I'm like, Darby's out here doing Darby. Kevin Knight is amazing. But I was like, I shouldn't be surprised because Kevin Knight was great during the Best of the Super Juniors this year. And this is what it gave me. I don't know if Darby could be considered a junior heavyweight according to New Japan rules. I'm going to say yes because this was giving me Best of Super Junior tournament match, and I loved every single minute of it. That coast to coast drop kick from Kevin Knight, I was just like, I knew you had hops, Kevin Knight, but damn, I was like, holy hell, kid. I had a great time with this. And Kevin Knight beats Darby and gets 3 points for this. I was like, oh, I was like, golf claps. Man, I'm looking forward, and I really hope that this Continental Classic allows Kevin Knight to show out more. Not to say that he hasn't been since getting to AEW, but now that he's in a singles kind of setting for the Continental Classic, I'm ready for Kevin Knight to shine in singles competition like this too. I had a blast with this. I don't care. This was my favorite match of Dynamite.
Yeah. I was gonna say this might be my favorite match of the week, but no, that's still coming up.
Yeah. Now, after Dynamite, before Collision, the day before, I was like, yes, this is probably my favorite match of AEW television so far. And then Collision happened. I was like, this is my second favorite AEW match this past week.
Absolutely. This match, wow. First of all, the coast to coast was fantastic, but we don't need to do that all the time. Okay, that because that move it will destroy your body. But I'm just saying. What I meant is I digress. This was fantastic, and it had a little bit of Chuck E. T flavor on this one because this was a little bit too inventive. Not too inventive, but this was really inventive. They were doing some really inventive stuff, and Chuck E. T seems to be a out of the box kind of thinker. And Kevin Knight picks up the win, and I was flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. I was like, wow, Darby did all of this since coming back from Everest, and the first person he's lost to is Kevin Knight. That's pretty awesome. A guy who I've been a big fan of since he was teaming with Kushida, just all around the world. Like, I think it was even in TNA at one point with Kushida, right?
Yeah, Kevin Knight had a brief stint in TNA, and then of course he was traveling, with New Japan, and then he did a couple MLW spots too. But yeah, I'm just like the Jet Kevin Knight is one of my faves. I love him so much, and I'm happy AEW has signed. I'm glad he signed with AEW, and this kid is already getting pushed really far, and I love seeing that for Kevin.
Yeah, MLW seems to be like the Charlie Murphy of the wrestling industry. Everybody goes through there and has a story to tell. You know,
it really is. I mean, me and Adolfo have a heck of a lot of fun with MLW, and I'm just like, and then of course with their weekly show, according coming back in 2026, I'm very interested to see how that looks. I was like, all right.
Hey, it's a great place for the people to work.
Yeah, we have a good time, and with MLW also having a relationship with CMLL and TJPW and just Joshi wrestling in general, I'm like, I can't complain. So
yeah,
but yeah, this match was baller. Holy crap!
Yeah, this is amazing. This was like awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got to move on because I was like, otherwise, I could spend the rest of this review talking about how great this match was. Like, honestly, but it really was. But this is why I love the Continental Classic season. It gives us matchups, and I'm like, holy crap, y'all are about to. you all are about to be added late onto this top matches of the year list. Like y'all got to stop having bangers. Because I was like, I can't just put all Continental Classic matches on here because that's not fair. But yeah, this was fantastic. Good job on both, and very happy for Kevin, and I'm excited to see where Darby goes for the rest of this tournament in his next couple of matches. So, moving on. Eddie Kingston doesn't want to talk about Hook, but he has a lot to say about Shibata Bread, and so he's going to fight Shibata Bread on Collision.
Indeed.
Eddie Kingston, yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. And I'm just going to say this. I was just like, does Eddie Kingston make a lot of sense sometimes when he cuts his promos? No. Do I care? No, because that's my uncle right there. Like, Eddie Kingston is my uncle. And I'm like, I don't care. And I was like, and personally, I love Eddie Kingston because he is not ashamed to talk about mental health issues. And I was just like, I just want to give you a hug, Eddie, and hang out with you. You seem like a really great guy.
Yeah. All I was going to say about this one was this is a great promo. I don't buy it. I don't buy that he's not. That's all I'll say. I'm not buying it. Not buying it yet.
Not yet. So, more on Eddie when we get to Collision. But right now, we get to the main event. I was just like, wow, that flew by real fast. And it was Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli. God, Claudio's a monster. I was just like, he is literally just a brute. And I'm slightly turned on. I was like, ooh. What a hell of a week for Claudio, too. To go from this on Wednesday to being a CMLL heavyweight champion on Friday. Yeah, so if spoiler alert, Claudio Castagnoli will go to Arena Mexico for CMLL for their Friday show, which is like their big show of the three shows they do during the week. And Claudio Castagnoli in the semi-main event beat Gran Guerrero for the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. So Claudio is now holding the CMLL title. I'm like, you know what? I'm here for it. It was really cool to see the Death Riders fight in Arena Mexico. But tune in tomorrow for that review because let's talk about Orange Cassidy and Claudio. I thought this was fun. And I was like, you know what? Orange's first Continental Classic. This should be a lot of fun. I wasn't disappointed. Was it like barn burner? No. But did I still have a good time and was it solid? Yes. To me, this was a main event. It was like, listen, we have a league match, but let's send the crowd home happy, or at least, let's send the crowd home happy and let's have a good time with it. And that's all this needed really to be. Claudio does win here, so he gets 3 points on the board, and Orange is sitting at 0 currently.
Yeah, they paced the show really well, especially for it being a 4-hour show. In attendance. Pardon me. And this match was fun. I think they had better chemistry in some of the tag matches, but this was. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm not taking anything away from this match. I really like watching Claudio throw Orange Cassidy around.
I did too, and I feel like we talked about this last week too, during our full gear review with Claudio picking up Orange Cassidy in by his whole scruff of his pants and checking him around. And I will also bring that up and say I was just like, that is crazy, and I am slightly turned on once again. No, but in all seriousness, Claudio's just a brute, man. He's just a brute.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of here for it. I'm not going to lie. Oh, man. So, after this, though, let me do this picture real quick. Okada's like, yeah, I'm not getting in the middle of this brawl. This picture right here, I was like, thank you, Pro Wrestling and MMA News. Y'all have the greatest screenshots ever.
Oh, man. Okada standing on the ramp like, what What's happening right now? I'm not getting in there. What are you grading? Oh. One of my favorite things about Okada in AEW is that, like, yes, we know he's one of the best wrestlers of all time, but him finally getting to show this character or show some character on television,
Mm-hmm.
it brings me so much joy because I knew he was in there.
I love it so much. Okada's fantastic. So we end Dynamite with all the participants in the Continental Classic brawling with each other, with Okada looking on, and that is how Dynamite goes off the air. And I was just like, alrighty then, I am here for it. So this is going to be fun. So that is our Dynamite portion of our review. So now let's get into Collision, where I still had fun with Collision, but I will say that sometimes AEW less is more, because I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. And then by the end of this, I was like, listen, I love everyone and everything, but we could have cut some of these things out, not gonna lie. I was like, save it for next week.
Yeah.
I still had fun though. So again, I was like, all right, you had Fletcher and Okada open up Collision. Like, what can you possibly do to make me lose my mind again? And so I'm like, all right, let's turn this on and start watching. And I was like, okay, let's see what we got here.
So last week,
meant-
as we were wrapping up, I had said that something about the match that would end up being the main event of this collision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before I had said that, this was the match that I was. This was a match I was also looking forward to.
For reals. God. But yeah, my non-verbal cues of when I turn to this picture is still how I feel right now. I'm just like this. I was like, how just gonna give me a banger? Like, what is this? So we opened up Collision this past week, I should say, with the Gold League match. We have the Bastard Pac taking on Speedball Mike Bailey. And I'm just like, by the end of this, I'm just like, my body, my mind, and my spirit was not prepared. Antonio, you're going to pay for my therapy bills after this, because this match was amazing. And I'm going to be so for real. I was just like, at this point, I was like, forget it. This is my match of the whole entire week now. I was just like, what is happening? And then as the rest of the show went on, I was just like, you know what? We're gonna come back to that at the end of the show. I don't want to spoil it, but my God, this match was baller. Holy hell, these two were awesome. I'm just like, Pac is another one. I'm like, you are just a bruiser, and I'm here for
it. Yeah, Pac has definitely subtly changed up his style since he returned, and I love that. Like he's taken away pretty much all the flashy stuff. So now he's just like a straight up heel, and he's literally a bastard. And Speedball is he's a great plucky baby face. I just can't wait for that turn, because Speedball is a great heel as well.
Man, when he becomes a heel, it's going to be so much fun. Like, watching him kind of lean into it when he goes to visit CMLL the last couple times he's been there has been fun. But heel Speedball Mike Bailey is going to be a menace, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, he was sort of leaning into it in Casino Gauntlet back at Full Gear. Like there was a few flashes of heel Speedball. Speedball.
I'm just like, oh man. Yeah, but man, this match rules. I don't have enough words to describe how amazing this match was.
Yeah, that's why I just talked about the individuals, because I was like, I ain't got nothing that can add to this.
God, this match was a bop, and I was just like, I don't know if the rest of the show is going to come close to this, but we shall see.
Oh, dude.
That's what I said. I was just like, listen, and we're far enough into this. By the end of the show, looking at Dynamite and Collision, I was like, I had some gripes with certain things, but I was just like, man, my wrestling boner was going nuts this whole entire 2 shows. I'm like, ah! Anywho, we'll talk more about that when we get into later Continental Classic matches, because I was just like, my body was not ready. Take me. Anywho, Pac picks up the win here, giving him 3 points. Speedball cut a very fun promo on social media. He's like, I fucking need this. And I was just like, and he cursed too and everything. I was like, he needs this. And this is for him. And I was like, yes, Speedball, come into this aggression. We are here for it. I will say, go for it.
He had cut one afterwards and was like, fuck, I needed this.
I love all these social medias we're getting of our Continental Classic participants. I will say by default, but just because I think he's amazing, my favorite one was Roddy, though. I think Roddy's was probably the one that, hit me the most. Like in the fields, I was just like, I forgot you've been doing this forever. And the way that you're approaching it, like, I love that you're bringing in the fact that technically this was supposed to be Kyle's spot, but now you are like the alternate, so to speak. And so now you're just like, this is for me. I was just like, Roddy, I kind of want you to win. But yeah, Roddy's was the one that hit me the hardest in the fields. I was just like, I love this man so much. Let him win, damn it.
Yeah. I have a feeling that Roddy's going to be the emotional underdog in this.
He is going to be my Darby Allin this year, because Darby was my emotional underdog last year. And so Roddy's going to be my emotional underdog this year. I always root for the underdogs, man. That's just my thing. I love me a good underdog story character. Like, when it's done right. I'm looking at you, Sami Zayn. I love you, but you are no longer an underdog in my eyes. Like, we cannot keep building you that way. But that's for a whole nother podcast. But damn, Pac and Speedball, like, this is how we open the show. Like, what are we doing? Like, how's the rest of the show gonna go? Because I'm like, I need to decompress. I need to take a moment. I had to pause for a couple minutes because I was like, I don't know how the rest of the show is gonna go, but I need like 5 minutes to myself real quick. I was like,
yeah, right. Afterwards, I'm like, I need to smoke.
For reals, I was just like, that was the most excruciating like 15 minutes of my life. I was just like, my soul was torn asunder, as the kids say. And I was just like, I need something. I need 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes to decompress. Because I was like, whew. So after I took those 5 minutes and kind of calmed myself down a bit, I was like, all right, let's get into the rest of this collision. So it did make me feel a little bit better because, Brodito is not breaking up. I was like, thank God. And I mean, I said last week, if this was the end of Brodito, we had a fun run. But we are not done with Brodito. I'm like, yes, because then I was like, yes, Brody King and Bandito are going to continue to be on my screen in some capacity. But Brody here tells Bandito that he needs to focus on what comes ahead, which is this Friday at Final Battle. I'm just let this card sit for itself for a little bit, and I'm just like,
got a bad taste in my mouth.
I was just like, I'm just like, listen, this is a Lucha Libre like wet dream right here. I'm not even going front. This is going to have some crazy shit happen in this match. But again, Antonio, I love you, but I was just like, I just wanted one opponent for Bandito. Now you're giving him 5. But hey, you know what?
They're like, Roosh is out with an injury, and he was going to be facing Bandito at Final Battle. It was like, was he?
Was he though? Because ROH television told me otherwise.
He's a tag team champion down there right now, so I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take it.
Oh, don't even get me started, because I'm like, are we playing with the Freebird rules when it comes to these tag titles? Like, because we're getting a tag team championship match, and I'm mad because I'm like, I'm excited for everyone participating in that tag team match, but ROH television, you have done nothing for me to build this up. I was like, this is some bullshit.
And that's the thing,
I'm
right?
excited.
It's a belt. That whole match is for the belt. Mortos and Sammy are not the champions. How does that make sense?
I was just like, if any, I don't know, but what Brody King was
Sorry.
mentioning is Bandito has to focus on 5 other opponents because come Friday at Final Battle, we're getting a survival of the fittest match where Bandito is going to have to defend his championship against Sammy Guevara, Commander Hechicero, Blake Christian, and the Beast Mortos. And I'm just like, am I excited for this match? Hell yeah! But I was just like, Tony Khan, I love you, but why? Why do we build ROH this way? I don't understand.
Yeah, Ian Riccaboni did some heavy lifting today on on the ROH show.
Shout out to Ian and Caprice, man. They're doing the Lord's work. I was like, you're the only two. Like, I love their positivity and their enthusiasm because honestly, those two are what getting me through the struggle of the problems I have with Ring of Honor. Honestly,
no doubt, no doubt. Caprice has been mentioning Ashe a bunch lately too, which is fantastic because he's like the commissioner of Ashe, I think. Pretty cool.
I was like, Ian and Caprice are actual wrestling nerds, and I love them.
Definitely.
So I'm just like, Bandito has his work cut out for him. It's Friday, and so I'm just like, oh, Bandito, we're gonna check in with you on Saturday after the pay-per-view to see if you walked out as champion still. But more on that on Saturday. Shameless plug. Anyhow, moving on. Did I think Daddy Magic was gonna win? No. Did I know what I was expecting when I got this? Yes. Was this cheesy with the grudges? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Hell yes. Sometimes you just need a match where a bitch gets beat up. Like, that's how I was like, Daddy Magic, let's be so for real. Daniel Garcia mollywopped you away. He mollywopped you. But I love this. I love me a good emotional investing match. I was just like, I feel like Daddy Magic doesn't get credit when we talk about like underrated wrestlers. I was like, this is your underrated wrestler. This is how you be a support. And I love it. It is great. Someone is at my door. So Benny, if you can vamp for a little bit, I will be right back.
Absolutely. Daddy Magic, as you said, like is definitely a great utility player. He can do commentary. He can wrestle. He can cut a hell of a promo. And with this match, I thought it actually went a little bit too long, but that's my storytelling hangups. And the steel step spot. Danny's done that a couple times, but like most of the time it's been, excuse me, with a distracted referee. And this time, the referee was looking right at him. So I don't know why that wasn't a DQ. Actually, I think if it was a DQ, it probably would have added to the story. But maybe they just want to move on now, and that makes sense because this story has reached its conclusion.
Yeah, I think this was a nice way to be like, nah, there's no these two getting back together at this moment in time. So I think we are good with this chapter of their story. So, but yeah, Daniel Garcia beats up Daddy Magic and beats Daddy Magic, and Daniel Garcia wants to fight a champion. And so, lo and behold, I swear to God, AEW, you continue to give me more pictures of Mark Briscoe that are not the same. I swear. You're doing this on purpose, and please don't stop. Right. So I was just like, this leads into Mark Briscoe. We hear from Mark Briscoe, our new TNT champion. And so it seems we are setting up Danny and Mark. And I was like, ooh, let's go.
Yeah, I like it. I'm here for it. The thing I was gonna say about that photo was that you can definitely tell that it's a new photo because of the shadow on the belt on his shoulder. So it's not just like it's not just photoshopped in there. And also, it's the new belt that he got from Orange Cassidy, which is pretty neat.
And that's another thing too. Like, I don't think they. I don't care if it was acting or I'm gonna choose to believe that they didn't tell Mark Briscoe he was gonna get like this custom belt and everything. Because his genuine surprise when Orange gave it to him after Full Gear, he was just like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" Like,
Mm,
I was like, "This is why I can't hate you, Mark."
right.
But yeah, I love the custom TNT Championship belt for Marco. It's like, oh, it looks so clean with the camo, and it's perfectly him. But back to this picture, though, we are setting up Mark and Danny, which I am here for. I think could be a first fun match, championship defense / feud for Mark Briscoe as TNT champion as we await whoever is going to come down the pipeline next. So
I don't hate it. I'll take it. Like, if this is only for like a pay per view cycle or so, like, I'm here for it. And did they win a belt? And did Danny and Wheeler win a belt in CMLL?
no, they were unsuccessful. They did not take the CMLL Tag Team Championships from Angel de Oro and Niebla Roja, otherwise known as Los Hermanos Chavez, so the actual brothers in CMLL.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they unfortunately did not, but it was a hell of a match, though. Stay tuned tomorrow for that review.
Yes, indeed. Hit that
So,
notification button.
for reals, hit that bell, subscribe, as the kids say. But back to this. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think that I think this is going to be a fun feud for Mark
Mm.
as his first feud and kind of leading us into whoever's next after Daniel Garcia. But I'm also happy to see Daniel Garcia get into this mix as well. So it's like, well, let's get some championships on this man too. So let's do this. So this should be a fun feud. I look forward to it. Moving on. We hear from Ricochet. Now, I'm going to pair this with what we got on ROH tonight too, because at this point of the show and later in the Collision, it's like Ricochet is like is going to be very selective of who he gives championship matches to, and literally
Mm.
that is literally the synopsis of what we got from here too. I was just like, oh, Ricochet, you're such a tool, and I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna be a fun heel champion in the best way possible, and we're gonna come to you later though, because right now we go for just the juxtaposition of these pictures, right? We go from aha to listen. It's like right. Also, though, I was just like, oh, hey, boys. Listen, I wasn't really. Listen, I've always had a thing for Dax. I was like, you and your Burt Reynolds porn stash, right? So I was just like, you're one. I'm going to continue to make this joke. Dax is one bearskin rug away. That is all I'm going to say for that. He is one bearskin rug away from being AEW's Burt Reynolds. And I'm going to be so for real. And I'm going to be so for real. I wasn't looking at cash, but in the last couple of months, I'll be like, hey. No, but honestly, this is what I am here for. I love a good heel FTR. They come out to talk about this, but let me tell you, I totally forgot that the only team left in this division who has singly defeated FTR successfully is the Bang Bang Gang. And I actually really dug Dax's mic getting slapped out of his hand. I was just like, yes! I was like, please tell me this means Jay White is coming back so relatively soon. Because I'm like, I need this in my life. I'm like, I need this version of the Bang Bang Gang. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I actually like this version of the Bang Bang Gang, like as well, because like they're just so over the top. Like, like Austin was like the MVP of the pandemic era,
Mm-hmm.
and like Juice, like even when they were doing the zoom around for like the entrance. I was like, "What did you do?" And then like I saw like Speedball's blog, and then Speedball and Juice were joking about starting Mullet Club. Um, I think it looks good on him actually. Like Juice is one of those guys that like can really pull off anything. Like he was a white dude pulling off dreadlocks, like back in the C.J. Parker days. Oh my god!
For reals. And I was just like, we can't be doing this. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
this might be cultural appropriation, but I digress.
Oh
This
man.
was a really fun face to face.
100%.
And I love the like it's always been like this, but I love that the tag belts are snakeskin on the inside. This just
Right? I was like,
makes them
so
look
good.
different.
It gives them their own unique identity, set apart from all the other championships we have in AEW, which I love.
Mm.
So it seems we are building an FTR Bang Bang Gang rematch, which anybody who has been a part of BC WrestlePod for the longest time knows that me and JVL and the professor could not and will not stop gushing about that FTR versus Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, Jay White tag team 2 out of 3 falls match that they had for almost an hour. And I was just like, talk about baller matches. Like, holy hell, that match was so good.
Yeah. FTR
So
is almost like the longer the match, the better they get. Like they have unbelievable conditioning. Like,
it's wild coming from these two. I was just like, oh man. So I'm excited for this. The feud is brewing. It is starting up between these two, and I am looking forward to what is coming down next. And then for the next couple of weeks too, to see where that leads us. But moving on from here.
we finally got what we wanted.
Listen, this is the win for me. Anytime I get to see MXM Collection on my screen, I am never going to say no. I'm going to just let this picture speak for itself, though.
Oh man.
I need a full length feud between these two factions. That's all I need, Tony. Antonio, you will be forgiven. Just give me this feud.
Yeah, I love like when Dalton's like after he did the jibber jabber with the guy out front, whatever. Like he walks around the side and like Johnny TB's like, yeah, we got a history. Like calling back to their feud on ROH TV like what, like 2 years ago now?
I don't know, man. I was just like, but this was amazing. Of course, MXM Collection ends up having this, match. MXM Collection has another open casting call match, which is answered by the Outrunners and Dalton. Fairly fun match. Dalton Castle and the Outrunners win. I was just like, right choice. And then afterwards, it was a lot. This was a lot because then Ricochet comes over, is attacking Dalton Castle. Ricochet gets in the face of people in the crowd. And after ROH today, we officially have the match made. Ricochet will be defending the AEW National Championship at Final Battle against Dalton Castle. And I'm just like, Antonio, I'm mad at you because I know Dalton's not going to win. Or maybe he will, and you pull the biggest swerve this year for you. But I highly doubt it. I was just like, why are you gonna give me hope and make me hope that Dalton Castle becomes a champion again? I'm like, why? I was like, why you do this to me? But who knows?
I understand it. Like with the like, it all makes sense now that they made the Outrunners and Dalton Castle look like geeks, but like Ricochet is like the ultimate geek. So like at first I was like, what in the world is happening here? Like I was really pissed actually. Like it just made him look like a dork. But now we get a match out of it. And please give them both a microphone before the match, and let's get some Gaga, and not the abracadabra kind.
Oh man. Can't wait. So again, We are getting Dalton versus Ricochet for the AEW National Championship at Final Battle on Friday. So I'm mad of how we built up to this, but it still should be a fun. And this is what frustrates me with ROH really quickly before we move on. I was just like, you frustrate me with your pay-per-view builds, and then you end up having like ballin' ass matches the entire card. I was like, build it better.
Oh yeah, the talent's never the problem. The talent's never the problem.
It frustrates me. Anyways, let's get back to Collision. So everybody is thankful for something. Okada is thankful he doesn't have to team up with Takeshita. The end.
Hello, Mark Davis just being a total jerk. What are you thinking for? Nothing.
I was just like, Mark Davis, I can think of one thing. I'm thankful for you. No, but in all seriousness, I'm thankful that you're back, Mark Davis. I have missed you in my wrestling sphere. Dunzilla is back in full effect, and I love it. This was hokey, but I love it. I was like, it's, Don Callis family. Yeah, fun. That's all I have to say. I'm mad of how short this match was. I'm not going to front. I was like, listen, I know Eddie just came back, but like, this was not even a match. I was like, and Shibata kind of deserves a little bit better than kind of a squash match, but not really a squash match, but really a squash match. I was a little disappointed with this. I'm not going to front. I was like, I got excited on Wednesday. And then when this match happened, I was like, this is not even a match. Antonio, you lied to me. I'm mad. I was just like, I'm mad. I'm mad for everyone involved.
It's funny. Like, I actually wasn't too upset about this one because both of them are like fighters, right? And sometimes you need that that match where like they just go like for like just hard at each other for like 4 minutes, and then somebody gets the advantage and gets the win. I just gotta say, like, heel Shibata is so much fun. Like, that's really where his wheelhouse is, anyways. Like,
I'll agree with you on that one.
His nickname is the Wrestler, like, because he's a straightforward fighter. Like, he doesn't, no frills, So, like, this is right where he shines. But as I said before, with Eddie Kingston's promo, I don't trust him.
I was just like, I don't know what's happening. Well, speaking of which, right? Again, these screenshots, moi. I can't hate on Kingston. That's the frustrating part. I was just like, I don't trust this, but I'm not mad at you, Eddie. I'm really not.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here for the emotional, the emotional burn, I guess.
I was like, what are we doing? And then when Tony announced this, I was just like, now Tony Khan, Antonio, I was like, why would you do this to me? So it gets confirmed later in the show and on social media that it was made official for Winter is Coming. We are getting Samoa Joe versus Eddie Kingston for the AEW World Championship. And I'm like, not gonna lie, this should probably be fun. And I'm looking forward to it. I was like, this is gonna be fun. Fun times indeed.
Yeah. And I just want to point out that, like, when I say that I don't trust him, like, I love Eddie Kingston. Okay. It's just that sometimes we get swerved.
No Strickland.
Exactly.
So we're going to see how this plays out, because World's End has and I mean this in the best way possible, World's End always has a nasty habit of swerving the heck out of us.
Yeah, sometimes in a bad way. But, like...
very true.
But, I'm more than happy to be wrong as well. Like, and when I'm wrong, I will definitely admit it, unlike most.
Yeah, so in 2 weeks, we get this match at Winter is Coming, so we shall see how that turns out. Tekla versus Ty Mello. Again, this was our only women's match, Antonio. um, this was fine for what it was because it's setting up everything that happened after the match. So this was a match that was a vehicle to what was happening afterwards. Now that the Sisters of Sin are freed up from the tournament, we could have the Triangle of Madness run havoc again. And this time it's in the form of Ty, Chris, and Jamie. So it's like, I thought apparently Blood and Guts was not enough, though. I was just like, I thought we were good, but I guess not. Anyhow,
No.
but yeah, I don't have much more to
That
say
was
on that whole segment.
this was honestly it was a fantastic match, and
It was.
Tekla really brought out the best in Ty,
Mm-hmm.
and Ty's one of those like talents that like you can see something, there, and I hope she finds it. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is perfectly fine. So, after all this is said and done, we get into our main event of Collision.
Good lord.
God,
Good lord.
sweet baby Jesus. It's like
It was
sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, sweet baby Jesus and the grown one too. Like holy hell.
this was as good as I was expecting, and because like these are two of the best wrestlers like probably today. Like you don't. Roddy's one of those guys when you see him on a graphic, we go like, "Ooh, this could go either way," and uh, he's sort of a mid card guy,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic because a lot of time you go, "Well, I can see where this is going," but like if, if Roddy's in a match card, you're like, it can go either way.
It really is. And honestly, this match was so baller.
Mm.
I This match was so much fun, and I'm really happy to see. And again, regardless if he is a alternate for Kyle O'Reilly, I was like, oh, Roddy's about to go on Demon Time. He's about
Oh,
to go on Demon Time.
yeah, and Roddy's always had a gas tank. Uh, like yeah, like we used to call him Mister ROH back in the
Mm-hmm,
day because like he would like hold down the fort like if like you never had a bad match with Roddy, you know.
mm-hmm. And the fact that you get to go up against Takeshita of all people too, like Roddy and
Mm.
Takeshita, I was just like, run it back, run
Yeah,
it back. I want to see this
yeah.
again.
Yeah, here I am over here gushing about Roderick Strong, and the IWGP Heavyweight Champion was also in this match as well.
Listen, I'm not trying. I'm not. Listen, I love Takeshita, but I'm smart. I'm not gonna fight Yuka Sakazaki for this man. Like Yuka will kill me,
Yeah,
though I might like it. But
definitely.
no. But we talked about this earlier. I'm like Takeshita is already amazing. He's our IWGP World Heavyweight Championship champion, and I feel like in the last year or two, Takeshita has kind of his stock has risen up of how baller of a wrestler he is. But I think the Continental Classic, and again, somebody needs to be the underdog in this thing. We always have one every year, and for me, it's Roddy. Roddy is my underdog, and I want to see this man make it to the semis. So I'm hoping that is the case here, because I was just like, it's unfortunate that Kyle could not be here, but Roderick Strong, let's Demon Time, bro. Let's do this. Like
Yeah,
he's about to go on Demon Time, and I'm here for it.
yeah. The only thing I wanted, the last thing I wanted to say was like this match, right? Like, I said this on. Sorry. Speaking into my hands, good idea for audio, right? Like, so I said this on Blue Sky the other day, but like this match sort of was like a piece of orchestral music, right? Like and that like it started off slow, but it was ever moving, building to a crescendo,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what really good pro wrestling does. And this was like 14 minutes. That's all. That like you don't need 30. You don't need 45. This is perfect. A perfectly short match. that elevated both guys.
100%. And again, this was such a phenomenal match. Takeshita does get the win here, so Roddy is sitting at 0 points at the moment. But again, I'm just waiting for Demon Time to activate. So, cannot wait. So that brings us to the end of Collision and the end of our AEW review. But really quickly, I do want to preview what's coming down for tomorrow night on Dynamite as of the time of this recording. So we got a couple of matches. We talked about it a little bit earlier. We are getting our second semifinal match for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Tournament. In a hardcore holiday death match, it is the Love Bombs versus the Big Problems. I love all four of these women. I'm rooting for Marina and Megan to walk out the winner because them versus Harley and Willow is going to be fantastic. So cannot wait. But we also have a couple of Continental Classic matches happening tomorrow night. The first one being this one. And I'm like, oh my God, so soon? I was like, this is barely the second week and we're already throwing these two together. I'm like, oh shit.
Talk about burying the lead, huh? Like,
I mean, AEW did when they told us this match was happening. I was like, excuse me? I was like, already?
Yeah, right?
And then he punches.
What was it like? I think it was like, yeah, they showed the backstage promo last week from like the pay-per-view where like Mox is like talking about how Mox might have lost, but you know Kyle O'Reilly's on the way to the hospital or the local medical facility.
The way like, that Claudio and Pac were looking at him, they're just like,
that's what I was gonna say. Like everybody's like side-eyeing, like
specifically Claudio and Pac. Those two are gonna mess this man up. And it's gonna be so juicy to watch it go down. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I was just like, damn, already, Tony? Like, we're already putting these two at each other. Okay, cool. I'm here for it. So this is also tomorrow night. But also going down in terms of Continental Classic action. Again, I'm just like, excuse me?
Yeah.
God, this match is going to hit hard, and I'm here for it.
What was it, like double or nothing that they face each other for the Continental? Right?
Yeah, like, I was just like, oh, God, here we go. I was just like, ah!
So, yes, please.
Yes, I was just like, Lord help us.
Woo!
Gosh. Again,
this is what should open the show tomorrow. Like start off with a bang, you know.
Just amazing. And again, quoting Cheryl Lee Ralph's character from Abbott Elementary, "Sweet baby Jesus and the grown one too." Like, Lord have mercy. This is gonna.
The abs in this.
You're gonna get one of these. You're gonna get one of these, AEW. You're gonna get one of these. I'm just like, absolutely. Yes. Snaps. Like, yes. Snaps all around.
It's gonna be like 25 abs in this match.
The amount of cheese that I can grade on these abs. But just Lord have mercy. I don't know if I'm physically, mentally, and spiritually and emotionally ready for the Continental Classic matches and the Hardcore Holiday Death match in one episode. I was like, don't screw this up, Dynamite, because on paper, this is going to probably be a really strong showing for your company and for your talent. I was just like, keep up the good pacing like on Dynamite this past week. And honestly, I think I was like, oh, we're about to be eaten going into World's End. I'm so pumped for this. It's going to be so good. But yeah, that is going to be it for us here at All Elite Ensemble. Again, we will be back next Tuesday to review another exciting episode of AEW. But we got lots of other fun stuff coming down for us this week. And I'm excited to talk about it. I think this is the right thing. Is it? No, never mind. Just kidding. I forgot to upload it. But we have a busy week this week. Yeah, last week was not as crazy, right? But this week we're back at it, and why not? Because all the pay-per-views are happening in the next 3 weeks. But we have a whole entire, you know, buffet assort, if you will call it. We have a lot of good wrestling happening this week. So
A
tomorrow evening,
smorgasbord.
a smorgasbord of wrestling from all different places, which is really fun. So starting that off though, tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Pacific, we have our double header. We have NXT at 5:30 and CMLL at 8 p.m. We are going to be reviewing the go home show for NXT and making our predictions for the final pay-per-view of NXT's yearly calendar of Deadline. And we will also be talking about some amazing Lucha Libre action at CMLL. So doubleheader, come and stay for the party. It's a great time. Then on Thursday, we're pulling another doubleheader starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. We are back in Canada where, we're going to talk about mystery wrestling. And a lot went down this show. There was a convicted felon. There were clapping of cheeks again. We had a boxing match. It was wild, and we're going to review all that on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then I will be. Say what now?
Did you say copy or copping?
Yes. No. So we had a convicted felon. We had clapping of cheeks. We had a boxing match. It's wild out here. So we're going to be talking about all that on Thursday. And then at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, I will be doing a review for Progress Vendetta 3, in which we had a baller matches, an amazing women's match, and setting up a feud that has me salivating for British wrestling. And you'll get to hear more about that on Thursday. Friday night, the TNA crew will be here to review the Go Home show, as we will also be making predictions for TNA's final pay-per-view of the year, which is aptly titled Final Resolution. And we will also be talking about this TV deal that TNA has with AMC, and we're going to break all that down on Friday. Saturday morning, myself and maybe Benny, if he's okay with it, we will be here reviewing Final Battle for Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor's final pay-per-view of the year. And then Sunday, we wrap things up where the WWE crew will be here to review War Games and talk about Raw and SmackDown as well. So we got a full week leading into the holidays. I want to announce this now, but mark your calendars, everyone watching, for Sunday, December 21st, because it is going to be a crazy event. It is the annual BC WrestlePod End of the Year podcast, where we talk about the highs, the lows, and the in-betweens of wrestling, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is the most chaotic. You think our shows are chaotic now? This podcast is always the most chaotic episode ever. Everyone is having a good time, and we argue about professional wrestling as we do at the end of the year, as always. So I'm looking forward to that one. But me and Benny got to get up on out of here. So thank you so much for tuning in. From all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll see you tomorrow for our NXT and CMLL reviews, as well as all the rest of the shows this week. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.